everyone. This is Francesco Abruzzino with the Scoop News. This first story, it's an interesting one, and it's one that the Scoop, originally broke, and I was mocked, I was criticized, I was sent hate email and everything because they said I was lying. And what happened is this guy in here, this Dorey individual, they say in the story, this from the Herald, Shelby Webb, that he was a Northport High School psychologist, which he was, but he was also working with kids at Venice Elementary School. I put on the Scoop that he was stopped for speeding, driving like a madman. I think he was drunk down 75, and they busted him. So then I did some more research, and I found out that there was allegations. Somebody did some background contact for me. Found out that there were allegations and that he was going to court in about 2 months. I think it was in December, in regards to concerns of allegations of him acting inappropriately or inappropriately touching a girl, etc., etc. And it would happen to be someone that was at his house. So I contacted the school board and Scott Ferguson. I said, hey, look, this is Frank with Scoop. This is what I'm hearing. He's like, first of all, he said, I go, why is he back at work? And he said, well, he didn't do anything inappropriate, just got his drunken ticket. And I said, well, here's my concern. I told him about the court date for the allegations that he was fondling this young lady. And Scott's like, well, that's news to us. We've never heard that. Actually, before that, Scott said we would not allow him back in school if it was an allegation of touching a kid or doing something inappropriate or some other matter. He gave out 2 situations. And I said, well, it's funny you should mention that. This is what I'm hearing. Why is he in school if he's got this court date with allegations of fondling and touching and doing inappropriate things with this young lady? Scott Ferguson with the Sarasota County School Board said, that's news to us. Ooh, we've never heard that. I put it out there, got all these people saying, you're ruining his career, you're lying, you didn't research it, and I knew it was all accurate. I had all the information. So I dealt with the trolls that were out there. Lo and behold, it all came true. It all came to fruition. And he ended up getting fired. He served some time and stuff, and now he's back in the news again. And this has been going on for like 2 years, folks. But now this guy, this Dorey, he's losing his psychologist. He's a former Northport psychologist, and that's essentially what he did at the school. And he helped kids with their anger issues and all that stuff. The Florida Department of Education filed paperwork to revoke Harvey Dorey's educator license, finally, 2 years later, on November 18th, according to the document obtained by the Herald. Basically, this guy not only was a psychologist to the kids at Venice Elementary School, Northport High School, he also ran a therapeutic foster care home, and this is where the girl, when she was 14 or 15, had the incident with him. She was found sleeping inside Dorey's house in Venice alongside him, and the story, let me see if I can stop this plug-in. Sleeping beside him, according to the documents, he ended up withdrawing some money, and he tried to run off to Atlanta, and they busted him. He was going to go from Atlanta to Canada. Regardless, he ended up serving sentenced to 15 months. He got credit for 204 days, already served in jail. And I think all that's said and done now. And he's on the offenders list. I hope he is. Bottom line is my biggest concern with this case was that I brought it to the Sarasota County School Board's attention. Scott Ferguson, the media contact, knew all about this. He can let the guy go back to school. And what I had forgotten, I had lost track of it or never followed up with it. I found out 6 or 7 months ago that he was still in the school system. And I said, hey, I think I contacted Josh at WWSB then. And I said, look, here's the story for you. This actually happened. I have all the documentation. Scott, everyone knew that this guy had this court date coming up. Yet, he's still in school. He's still around these kids. He's still teaching. All this is out there. Why is it happening? And it evolved anymore. Obviously, the Herald-Tribune didn't mention any of that stuff. And I know they know all this. They know that I was integral in the bringing this to everyone's attention. It was an unfortunate situation, but again, the school board really dropped the ball on this guy, and that concerns me that they did not do anything judiciously with him. Okay, this has been Francesco Abruzzino with the Scoop News.